Hi guys, this is Ron Malhotra. It's Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon actually. It's almost 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and me and my business partner Caroline Bass was driving. We have spent most of the morning today in the office working on a new business project, and what made me want to do this video is the fact that, business or entrepreneurship it's like an intellectual sport. You got to spend a lot of time trying to solve problems. It's like a puzzle, and anyone that's been in business and entrepreneurship that has been able to make it will realize that it's not easy. There's a lot of hard work and persistence, which are mainly physical endeavors. But there's a lot of mental resilience required. There's a lot of resourcefulness. You're always looking for solutions. You're always you're always trying to work out the missing pieces, right? But what's really interesting is that entrepreneurship has only become a trendy topic in the last sort of 10 years. Probably more so in the last 5 years. And it's really interesting because if you think about it, culturally we're conditioned to really place high value on endeavors of a physical nature, right? So sporting endeavors, for example. That's why if there's a sporting match, you'd get 80,000 people in a stadium watching a sporting match, and then when somebody wins a match, or somebody, even if you look at an Olympic gold medalist, when these people, when they accomplish something in the sporting arena, there's a lot of glory, fame that goes with it, and there's generally a lot of understanding that's shown by family and friends when you're training, because people understand that, look, if you're going to be a professional sports person, professional swimmer, professional golfer, whatever it is, you're going to have to make a lot of compromises and sacrifices in life. And everybody understands that, and everyone's very supportive, right? But what happens when we tell our family and friends that we're going to start a business? Do we get that same level of support? Do we get that same level of encouragement? Do we get the same level of understanding? In most cases, entrepreneurs don't, right? Because what happens is the moment you tell people that you're going to do this, some people laugh at you. Some people pretend to support you, and then a lot of people just discourage you and say, oh, don't do it, it's too risky, you can fail, and things like that. And so what happens is entrepreneurship, despite the fact that it's an intellectual sport and it requires a lot of the skills that are required in sport, it's not something that's celebrated, it's not something that's encouraged culturally, right? Despite the fact that an entrepreneur has the potential to generate a lot of wealth in an economy, create employment, and raise the standards of living, improve things overall, because the entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Despite that, the fact is that entrepreneurs don't get the kind of recognition, the kind of praise, the kind of rewards that are attracted by sports people. And I'm not saying this because I resent the fact that sports people, get those kind of rewards. I mean, it's fantastic that they do, but certainly I think for me this video is all about celebrating the spirit of entrepreneurship. It's about understanding that entrepreneurs are people that make significant sacrifices and compromises. They give up time with their family, they give up a lot of pleasure time, they give a lot of social time, they give up a lot of things. They don't run away from problems, they try and solve problems. And there's a lot of those elements that are involved in entrepreneurship, but we don't really celebrate them, we don't really acknowledge them, we don't really praise them. And I think it's time that things start to change, and we start to see that entrepreneurship and business is indeed an intellectual pursuit. It's like an intellectual sport, and we start to value it, and we start to value our people that are taking risks and trying to solve problems and trying to make things happen. Because it's not uncommon for me and my business partner here, or even on our team, to spend spend time away from our families, spend time away from a lot of the things that we also want to be doing sometimes, but we do it because it means more to us to be able to do something greater. And so, and I'm not expecting people to think, oh, wow, but wow, this is amazing. I don't expect that, because I understand that people might look at us and go, well, you're doing it for yourself, big deal. Here we are. But what I'm saying is, but sports people do it for themselves as well in many ways, right? They seek recognition, they seek glory, they seek the financial rewards. Yes, I understand that their countries also get value if they compete at an international level. They bring a lot of glory to their countries. But entrepreneurs are the same. You can take somebody as a young kid who has the ambition to be a great business person, who then ends up in some stage, creating a corporation that creates employment, generates wealth in an economy, solves problems for consumers. It's the same thing. And I think it's time that things start to change and we start to value things that require emotional resilience and intellectual endeavors. We start to value and support them rather than just celebrating endeavors of a physical nature. What do you think? I mean, what are your thoughts on what I'm saying? Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you disagree with what I'm saying? I'd love to know your thoughts. But to all the entrepreneurs in my network who are grinding and hustling and sacrificing and compromising and working hard, I just want to say I see you, I recognize you, and I celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurship. I think it's one of the most wonderful things in the world, and it's not easy, but it's so worth it. So keep doing what you're doing. And for the rest of you who have decided that entrepreneurship is not for you, if you know somebody in your family circle, in your friend circle, in your work circle, in your social circle